Hi guys, welcome. Today we're gonna talk about the heart chakra. I'm so grateful to have you guys here with me today. So this class is part one of two parts. So if you guys wanna get your journals and your pens, we're just gonna talk a little bit this class and just get to know the basics of the heart chakra. So, you guys ready with your pens and paper? So I just want to say too, with everything that I say today, you are always welcome, please, to do your own research, look up everything that I'm saying. Also, take it before God, take it before the Lord, and just feel what you feel like He's speaking to you with everything that we're learning today. Good? Okay, let's get started. So the heart chakra. The Sanskrit word for the heart chakra is the Anahata chakra, actually. So a lot of people say that we pronounce it chakra, but the correct term is chakra, like if you would say church, so chakra, which I'm still trying to get corrected in my brain too. So chakra, the heart chakra, Anahata, it's Anahata. And that's the Sanskrit word for unstruck or that which cannot be destroyed, which we'll come back to later in our part 2 video. So again, it's the Sanskrit word for unstruck or that which cannot be destroyed. The heart chakra is the fourth chakra of 7 chakras. It's the middle of the 7. So with that, it's the chakra that brings the harmony and the balance and the integration between all the chakras in our body. The way it's traditionally depicted in the basic yogic philosophy is with the color green, and it has around this chakra 12 petals. So each chakra has a certain amount of petals depicted in its picture. And the petals represent the different connections that it has with the parts of the body. So yeah, basically just like connection points, how many connection points that chakra has. So the heart is said to have 12, which also, as I was looking a little bit more into this, the 12 petals could also signify delight, peace, harmony, love, understanding, fellowship, clarity, purity, unity, compassion, kindness, and forgiveness.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a lot of things there. But so with the heart chakra being the place of balance and integration, that is the center where we process love. So how we receive love or how we give love. And so that makes it also the seat of where we process or receive all these things that I just said that the 12 petals represent, but even more joy, forgiveness, purity, self-acceptance, intimacy, or trust or faith. So a lot of emotions are tied to this area, which seems pretty obvious, right? Since it's our heart, which we already are, most of us are pretty aware of our heart and our emotions. So I feel like also that's why I wanted to start with the heart chakra today, because I feel like it's one of the ones that's a little bit easier to start with understanding. So with that, it's the color green, 12 petals, and in the middle, it's actually the Star of David. Yeah, which has a lot of meanings. When you look up the Star of David, it is actually a very significant symbol in a lot of different religions and backgrounds. But One that I thought, which you can look up on your own time as well, but one that I thought was really interesting was in the mystical Jewish tradition. So it's called Kabbalah. Have you guys heard of that? Kabbalah? Kabbalah.
Yes.
The mystical Jewish tradition. So they connect the Star of David with also it being connected to kindness, harmony, perseverance, splendor, royalty, and yeah, sort of the same concepts as the idea of the heart chakra. So I thought that that was interesting. But in the Hindu traditions, the Star of David is said to be a symbol of first where the female and the male energies connect and find balance, and also where matter and spirit intersect.
Wow.
Yeah. So that adds like another layer to it. And like I said, it's good to bring all of this that we're talking about to God, you know. But I think it's really beautiful to see all the different beliefs and how it connects to what we believe and what the Bible talks about and what Jesus talks about and teaches as well, you know. Um, so more about the heart chakra. So the different body systems, I'm going to list 5 of them, or parts of the body, organs that the heart chakra is connected to. First one, the circulatory system, obviously, because the heart's the one that pumps all of the blood throughout our body, right? Second, the thymus glands. So that's connected to our immune response, especially as children, right? As we get a little bit older, our thymus gland functions a little bit less and less. But so yeah, it's our thymus gland is important for our immune response to fight disease and infection. The third one, the heart, of course. So with the heart is the pericardium. I think that's how you say it. And that's the membrane around the heart that's surrounding the heart. Yeah. I love you. You're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're so encouraging.
All of my biology training.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, pericardium, the membrane around the heart, the lungs, of course. So anything with the respiratory system. Yeah, so that's the different ones: respiratory system, lungs, heart, pericardium, thymus gland, and circulatory system. So chakras are said to be, since they are how we process life energy, life force, life power, whatever you want to call it, they can become blocked. And that's when we start to feel a physical illness or even an emotional response or pattern, thought patterns connected to our emotions that feel hard to get out of. So what causes the blockages is anything externally that happens to you, right? Like a trauma or a grief or a situation that's happening in your life that triggers stress can cause a blockage. So if you don't process that has happened or that you're experiencing, then that can cause an effect not just on those, but also as the heart on those systems of your body, but also the heart is the integrator, right? So it's going to affect all the other areas of your body from top to bottom. So some of the physical symptoms you can see if you're feeling blocked or stressed in your heart chakra is high blood pressure, pneumonia, respiratory related problems, upper back pain or pain in your shoulders or upper arms, heart problems, blood issues or circulatory issues, and asthma, And the last one is anything related to breast issues or problems. So those are all connected with the heart chakra. So the different emotional responses that you can feel is, again, anything that is not love, not kindness, not peace, not joy. So anxiety. Also, another area that sometimes we forget about with the heart chakra is the fellowship piece, the community, the union piece. So if you are unhealthy in your heart chakra or it's blocked, you can start to feel disconnected or start to isolate. Feelings of unforgiveness also, hopelessness, distrust, unattachment, or even codependence. So if you have too much of the energy in your heart chakra, and it's not being processed, then you can want to be too dependent on somebody, you know, like suffocate somebody or your relationship with someone, and maybe even feel the need for approval, which is connected to insecurities, intimacy, fear of intimacy, overly defensive, jealous. Also, you can feel addictions to any kind, not even just like an addiction to a drug or something, but even an addiction to a certain feeling or emotion because you're trying to fill that need in your heart space, if that makes sense. So this is a lot, right? Like, okay, so this is what can be wrong with me, but how do I fix it? So there's lots of ways that we can open up the heart chakra or help to facilitate healing in our heart chakra. First, which we're going to do in our part 2 class, of course, there's the yoga flow. So where we bring certain postures and movements to open up the heart space and cause that movement of energy. There's also breath work, so different breathing techniques to calm your body, calm your system, calm your heart rate. Like I said, the healing foods are green foods, so also not just vegetables, but can be like lime and kiwi, any heart healthy grains or high omega foods. And then also you can connect essential oils to facilitating opening up and healing the heart chakra. So anything that brings a sense of joy or calmness, like cypress oil, jasmine, rose, lavender, lemon, sandalwood, rosemary, just to name a few. But yeah, so you can take those even into your yoga practice, which I'm going to do with us today, because we're going to end this video with a short meditation with scripture from the Bible. And we're going to use oils for our meditation. All right, so to end our class, our little session today, we're going to go into a meditation. So if you would like, you can stay how you are, but I would recommend getting a yoga bolster or block or pillow or even a rolled up blanket, and you're going to put it down right under your back, right under your heart to prop up. If you have blocks, it's better with 2 so you have some support for your head as well as opening up your heart. And then just putting your hands down by your side, palms facing up, or you can even put your hand on your heart. If you have a blanket, roll it up and then put it long ways along your spine, in the middle there. Yes. Perfect.
Is that good?
Yep. And then just stretch your legs out straight. So you can really just feel your heart space opening up and relaxing into it. So as you're laying there with your eyes closed, just begin to become aware of your body, letting go of all the tensions, any of the stress from your day, just sighing it all out of your mouth, beginning to connect with your breath, creating more length with every inhale, feeling your chest rise deep into your belly as well, your belly rise, and exhale, letting all the stress, all the insecurities flood away. Keeping your breath long, you can choose to inhale and exhale through your nose, or you can breathe in through your nose and exhale out your mouth, allowing yourself to let go of any heavy emotions you've been carrying. So I'm going to read over you 1 Corinthians 13. The first time, I just want you to listen and just notice what stands out to you. Which words, which phrases. If I were to speak with eloquence in earth's many languages, and in the heavenly tongues of angels, yet I didn't express myself with love, my words would be reduced to the hollow sound of nothing more than a clanging cymbal. And if I were to have the gift of prophecy with a profound understanding of God's hidden secrets, and if I possessed unending supernatural knowledge, and if I had the greatest gift of faith that could move mountains, but I have never learned to love, then I am nothing. And if I were to be so generous as to give away everything I own to feed the poor, and to offer my body to be burned as a martyr, without the pure motive of love, I would gain nothing of value. Love is large and incredibly patient. Love is gentle and consistently kind to all. It refuses to be jealous when blessing comes to someone else. Love does not brag about one's achievements, nor inflate its own importance. Love does not traffic in shame and disrespect, nor selfishly seek its own honor. Love is not easily irritated or quick to take offense. Love joyfully celebrates honesty and finds no delight in what is wrong. Love is a safe place of shelter, for it never stops believing the best for others. Love never takes failure as defeat, for it never gives up. Love never stops loving. It extends beyond the gift of prophecy, which eventually fades away. It is more enduring than tongues, which will one day fall silent. Love remains long after words of knowledge are forgotten. Our present knowledge and our prophecies are but partial, but when love's perfection arrives, the partial will fade away. When I was a child, I spoke about childish matters, for I saw things like a child and reasoned like a child. But the day came when I matured, and I set aside my childish ways. For now we see but a faint reflection of riddles and mysteries, as though reflected in a mirror. But one day we will see face to face. My understanding is incomplete now, but one day I will understand everything, just as everything about me has been fully understood. Until then, there are three things that remain: faith, hope, and love, yet love surpasses them all. So above all else, let love be the beautiful prize for which you run. So just taking in those words, meditating on the words or the phrases that really connected to your heart, to what you've been dealing with or feeling in the past few weeks. And now I'm going to read to you just one more time a piece of it. And this time I want you to listen for what God is speaking to you. The Holy Spirit on the inside of you, what He is pouring into your heart today. Love never stops loving. It extends beyond the gift of prophecy, which eventually fades away. It is more enduring than tongues, which will one day fall silent. Love remains long after words of knowledge are forgotten. Our present knowledge and our prophecies are but partial, but when love's perfection arrives, the partial will fade away. When I was a child, I spoke about childish matters, for I saw things like a child and reasoned like a child. But the day came when I matured, and I set aside my childish ways. For now we see but a faint reflection of riddles and mysteries as though reflected in a mirror. But one day we will see face to face. My understanding is incomplete now, but one day I will understand everything, just as everything about me has been fully understood. Until then, there are three things that remain: faith, hope, and love. Yet love surpasses them all. So above all else, let love be the beautiful prize for which you run. So now, to end our time, you can stay there a little bit longer if you'd like, and just soak in the words that God is speaking to your heart right now. Allowing His love to saturate you, every part of you, every situation that you face. And when you're finished, you can just slowly come back to your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and slowly begin to open your eyelids. Thank you for joining me today.